Hey everybody, Goose here. Welcome to our summary video of play session 2 of our London Cultural Civ 6 game. So, a lot happened in play session 2. If you recall, we started out with a Pantheon that we had to select. We voted on the Divine Spark, which is +1 great person point for each holy site, campus, or theater square. So primarily for us, it'll be a theater square. We get +1 writer points for each of our cultural districts, which is a really cool bonus. So good pick there. The other, we actually tied that with fertility rights, but Divine Spark had 2 votes. Fertility rights had 1 first place votes, that is. So Divine Spark won, and religious settlements was also 1 below. Fertility rights was +10% growth, and religious settlements is increased border expansion rate by 15%. So the first order of business in play session 2 was settling Newcastle upon Tyne. I don't know. Stud, you can correct me on that, I'm sure. Another city that's eligible for a name vote, in my opinion, because that name sucks. Newcastle's fine. Newcastle upon Tyne is really old timesy, and I don't like it. So we settled that in Newcastle. You can see it's already a population 7 city, so it was settled pretty early and grew fairly quickly. It has a monument, it has a granary. We're currently building that cultural district. There, New Hartford's doing great. We have the monument, the granary, and the water mill because it's on the river there, and the cultural district is built, and we're putting in a commercial hub right next to it as we speak. The next city that we founded in this play session was Bradford. We had to kind of scare off the Romans, honestly, because the Romans were coming right through here. I was nervous that they were going to settle right in this area, but we settled Bradford first, and they turned their settler around once we did that. So in Bradford, we bought a granary, and then we also built the monument. And actually, shortly before, you'll notice we're at war with Rome and Gandhi. Shortly before that war was founded, I decided, well, we better build our walls since this is kind of our frontier. You know, Liverpool, Leeds, which we'll get to next, and Bradford is really kind of our northern frontier. So I put the walls in, and then Rome recently came down, and my walls were finished just in time to push them back. And we have this crossbowman down here, which I upgraded. So Bradford's in no danger from Rome, and not worried about it at all. Next city that was just recently founded a turn or two ago was Leeds. Again, I had to push. You can see it for one population city. We have a ton of tiles here, and that's because there was an Indian settler right here, which I just barely missed out on snagging since we were at war, but he managed to escape. But anyway, so I bought all 4 of these tiles just to tell that settler, GTFO, this is our land. So we got the iron. We got this nice forest over here. So Leeds will be a pretty decent city as well. Bradford's going to be a stacked city. I didn't mention that. Like, look at all this production. Look at the food with the citrus and the rice. That city is going to be incredible. It's going to easily become our second best city by population 10 probably. It may beat Liverpool to population 10, which seems crazy to say. Maybe not. Liverpool's got a lot of growth as well, but it'll definitely beat New Hartford and Newcastle, I would say for sure. So let's talk about this war. So I don't know, 10, 15 turns ago, India and Rome declared war with us on the same turn, which is bull, but it happened. So just a quick update for you guys. If we look at the domination victory here in the overall world rankings, we have a military score of 155. Rome is 144. India is 20. So India doesn't scare me at all. In fact, it's something that we could say, well, do we want to kick up the war machine and see what we can go do up here? They have been offering us peace. I did not. I would not accept it unless they gave us Mumbai. And in order to do that, they wanted 35 gold per turn for the next 30 turns, which is ridiculous considering our military can literally walk across them. The only reason we wouldn't be able to walk across them is because of the city walls, obviously. So we would definitely lose units. We would need to build some more units. But we have a decent base. Compared to when I usually play, I would not have had these 3 units up here to begin with. And then we have 2, we lost a warrior down here, but we have some more military units scattered around. So feasibly, we could kick up the war machine, but keep in mind, we are trying to attract tourists. If we delete a civilization, we're not going to be getting any tourists from that civilization, making it harder to win a cultural victory. So we could say, let's go get Mumbai. Once we get Mumbai, we offer peace, and we go our separate ways. We get our truffles, and we move on. We'll see. It's definitely something we should discuss. Okay, other happenings this play session. There was a settler that was lost down here, captured by barbarians, which I was able to get a warrior down there and clean up the barbarians, and my scout got down there and captured that settler. So, free settler. I'm not sure whose it was, but it's ours now. So, our next settling priority was down here around Mount Kilimanjaro. Additionally, you can see we've explored a little bit more land up in the north, and especially interesting is all of this land to our southwest. So there's nobody down here. This is all ours for the claiming. Not that there's a ton of great city locations, because this is all dry throughout here. And you can see Lisbon kind of out here on this. It's a land peninsula almost, because it's completely closed off by this mountain range, it's a pretty cool mountain range. But the only way to get there by land is through this small pass down here in the south. So pretty cool map right there. But you can see not a ton of great options. Obviously a good one would be up here. We could do something along the coast, although there's hardly any production down here. So it's not a lot of great land, so we don't have to go settle it. We should go settle some of it for sure, but hopefully we settle enough of it and it's not appealing enough that other civilizations won't come and poach that land, and then we'll be able to get all the artifacts down here, although most of the artifacts are going to be Zanzibar and Nan Modal, and we need to be able to diversify our artifacts. But regardless, a lot of good land down there. So that's pretty much the summary. I guess we didn't look at London, which is doing pretty good. The monument, the granary, the watermill, it's got the theater, the commercial hub. We're currently building the Royal Navy dockyard, and next would have been walls. We have 2 traders going. Let's look at some of these. Let's look at some of the other world rankings. So we're in 2nd place in science, which is incredible because we've done nothing for science other than try to be efficient with our eureka moments. We're in 4th in culture, which is kind of interesting because we're producing easily the most culture per turn. Domination, we're in fine shape. Religious, nobody cares. So as far as score goes, we are tied for 1st, and it's still pretty early in the game. So this is one of those situations where, because we're playing on king, I feel confident that we're going to win this game. I don't think there's anything that could happen that's going to make us not win this game. I recommend we still play it out, though, because I know a lot of you guys say you've never finished a game. And plus, if you don't ever finish a game, you don't know how to win a game at the end anyway. So I think it's something we should play out still. So, all right. So that's that. Things we need to focus on for next play session. Obviously, where we're going to take this settler. Last time we voted it would be somewhere down here. But now we have a lot more land to choose from. We could turn around and just do something on this coast. We're already here. And this land, like we said, is pretty much blocked off. It's our land. Nobody's going to go down there, especially if we came back and settled something kind of right here. And then really closed it off. That's really definitely our land then down there. We've met everybody except for one civilization. You can see the Greeks are up here. The Brazilians are down here. Not sure where her capital is, Scythia, but presumably somewhere in here. So I would say the other civ, is somewhere kind of up in here. I'm guessing we're one big landmass. So things to discuss and decide on. We're at war with 2 civilizations. What are we going to do about it? How do we want to handle their peace treaties? Do we want to stoke up the war machine and try to get Mumbai or even Delhi, which I think would be foolish, but I am but one vote in this democracy. And then what are our long and short-term goals from a tech tree perspective, as well as from a civics perspective? Both of those things I think matter. So I'm not going to have enough time today to get votes ready, but hopefully I'll get these videos posted and you guys can watch them. We can do some discussion. And when I get back on, I think I'll be back Monday, Christmas Day, and then we can get votes posted and go from there. So that about does it. We have some words to talk about, some expansion to talk about, as well as we need to start thinking about getting to a point where we are building wonders. So that'll do it for the summary video of Play Session 2. Thanks, everybody.